How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Fast Hands Gaming. I'm your boy Fast, and we're back on Clash of Beasts today. I hope everyone's having a great day so far. So, we officially have about 4 hours, 5 minutes till the last fort builder event for this season. And then after that, we should, as you can see here, have Raid Wars. Now, I know everyone's worried about the end of the season. As you can see, though, we have 13 days. And Raid Wars comes in 8. So that means you will have an additional, that's right, 4 days, which is just long enough to finish up Raid Wars. And I highly doubt they're going to cut the season short just because in the middle of Raid Wars. So anyone who's worried about it, because I've been getting a lot of messages, trust me, you're fine. These are the last 2 events, though, so make sure that you make them count if you haven't gotten what you already are trying to get. And if you're a new player, honestly, I would just save chests. Don't go for anything in this season. Just save everything. If you're new and you're watching this video, it's going to be your best bet. Anyway, I just want to do a quick recap of the current season and where we are, and then give some of my thoughts on what I'm hoping will come to the game in this next season. And as always, this video is made in collaboration with Ubersoft under the Clash of Beasts Content Creator Program. Now, this season we got Toad, we got Anza, Quetz for our 3 legendaries, and it ended up turning out, in my personal opinion, I think if you were to have picked any of the 3, Quetz is definitely going to be the one I think is going to stick around the longest due to his abilities. Quetz has all endgame abilities that you look for in any tier, any season. Those being, you want a way to do a lot of damage, so big, massive AoE that hits a lot of targets, a way to recover health and regenerate mana. Those are huge when it comes to endgame bases. Obviously, because lots of Razor Towers, Barrel Towers, Stun Towers. You've got to be able to recover health at a fast pace and be able to take out multiple towers at once. Obviously, that stops defenders from being able to heal. Obviously, if you take out 6 towers at once, they're not going to do so well at healing. So Quetz definitely is going to be the one I think is going to stick around the longest. Now, as you see, I took off Frog off my team, mainly because I just don't have time to take 3 legendaries all the way to level 50. I'd rather take the Mythics personally because I know the Mythics are going to be around a lot longer. I am still running Anna. She, unfortunately, is probably the weakest of the 3. And I know in the beginning of the season, I really started off really strong with her. And she was. Between the 2, she was really strong for a long time. But then, higher levels came up and she just started kind of falling off. And the gameplay, if I admit, is a little bit slow for some players. I still love my tanks, but her gameplay is a little bit slow compared to Quetz. And then obviously everyone runs the Frog. However, I do see the Frog falling off here pretty quickly. Now that everyone's, for the most part, been able to get a Mythic. And I hope that also helps, at the moment, make everyone feel a bit more comfortable when coming into the seasons. I know a lot of people were even worried could even get a Mythic, and tons of people have gotten 1, and many people have gotten 2. And then obviously our first Mythic, and honestly the queen of the so-called meta at the moment is going to be definitely Jagandia. She is absolutely phenomenal. I know everyone says the jump attack. No, everyone's just relaying that to the Frog. What makes this beast so absolutely broken and amazing, honestly, and I know you're going to think the heal, and that is definitely a big part, is the Conviction. Conviction, being able to turn a whole base against itself. Defenders, all you're doing is adding basically a little tiny mini boss on each of the bases to help take out towers. And you can leave those, build up mana, if you especially have someone backing you. So it's because they don't attack you until you target them. So I don't see her going down anytime soon. I know with this season, a lot of bases have changed. I know everyone's like, trying to figure out how to take her down. And Hala, I can guarantee you, is not going to be the way. I'm currently working on my base as well as a few of my officers on taking her down. And it seems to be working pretty well with the combination that we have going on right now. And then the other Mythic that we got just recently, over this last couple of weeks was Tantalos, Deathgaze's bigger, badder brother. Now, the problem with Tantalos, coming to find out, was that a big thing that sucks was that the resist does not work on super shots. And then the biggest one, obviously, would be the fact that it is aligned with Theros. And money bases run Theros, and what that does is it increases the mana cost. However, testing her, and mind you, she's much weaker than Jag at the moment with level-wise, I'm not really having an issue taking her through green and blue bases, mainly because I have all her abilities unlocked, and that's always a big factor. You need to really pay attention to the bases that you're hitting as well, and then obviously know when to time spells. And then the other really big factor with her is it is a very short distance that you have to be able to activate spells. So she is definitely super powerful, but very easy to take out if you're not paying attention. She's definitely not something you're just going to want to go into a base with and just not think. I mean, you can, and obviously you can do that with Jag. You don't really need a strategy, but a strategy does make the gameplay better. So those are the mythics that over the season, and then the legendaries. And then I could already discuss the bases. Bases have basically become a lot of blue and a lot of green and purple. And a few people are starting to get the idea of running Vorn because of Quetz. Because obviously Quetz and is red, and then Anna can't bury underground and not take damage. Mind you, that is only if it gets targeted by the Vern Tower, God Tower. So always keep that in mind. But, like I said, I think the season has gone pretty well. We got a lot of new teams. Unfortunately, we saw a lot of teams also die out very fast. And then, obviously, the rankings and everything has been changed up quite a bit. Had a lot of people come into the game, and a lot of people quit the game pretty quickly. I am surprised some of the teams are sticking around, but I do know some of the bigger teams are definitely starting to lose players due to conflicts of interest between one game and the other, and that's going to happen. You can't, in my opinion, I don't think you can play a game. Well, in fact, I know for a fact you can't. It's hard to play a game and spend money on two games and stay competitive. I know because I play a lot of games myself. I've gone free to play on almost all of them because I just can't afford to put any time, and I have to do just dailies really. But anyway, now let's move on to what I hope the game comes. Now we all know chat's broken in game, and that's been one of the biggest issues. Hopefully in the next big update, that will be fixed correctly. Now, what I really want to see is, first off, when it comes to the seasons, I think the seasons need to be fixed. Season 0, how it worked was you got one of the legendaries, and the others were completely locked out. So you had no choice on what you picked. Now, I didn't like that, so I did mention to them before, that's not really fair because I don't want to have to play something I may not actually enjoy playing. Now, with this season, we had 2 legendaries out at the same time. Now, but what that did was so many new players coming into the game, a level 1 player being able to get a season mythic, or a season legendary, which is by far level 1, probably a tier 3, easy, just power-wise. And it really made the game unbalanced, in my personal opinion. So when I say this changing of the season formats, what I think would work better is if the seasons were worked as all 3 legendaries are unlocked at once. That way you can go in, gives you the options to pick whatever you want. Now, once you pick one of the legendaries, the other 2 are then locked. This also changes up how the game will play because not everyone's going to pick the same beast. It'll make bases a lot different. You'll always have to really think about what you're trying to defend against. I also think it'll give content creators a lot more variety to talk about and work on because obviously we all had the same thing. We all were able to talk about the same creature. But if everyone gets different things, not saying that they would, but it does add more excitement to the game. And then The other thing I think in seasons is I think there needs to be a big balance issue. Now, I'm going to talk about probably the thing that nobody wants, and I know everyone's going to hate this thought, and it's not necessarily what I want, but a way they could fix the balance issue is, first off, make it so it's harder to get a seasoned beast. By that, I don't mean increase the cost, but that is an option, is instead of making it so you can get a seasoned beast in the first line, make it at the very end of the line with all the keys. That way, not everyone has a seasoned beast running rampant throughout the whole entire season. New players can have something to look forward to and enjoy the tiers and learn the game, and then go through and get a seasoned beast. Now, obviously, a lot of people probably would be against that. The other way would be to simply make it so that the tier beasts, you can't level up your beast unless you're in that tier. So obviously, if you're only in tier 3, you can't go past tier 3 stone with your beast. I know other games have done that, and I know that's probably another thing that people won't potentially like. It also means that higher level tiers, people who are already in higher level tiers, can easily go through it and understand that. The other way would be to potentially go through and just simply make it so that you can't have the beast until you unlock a certain tier. Something like that. There's a lot of different ways, but definitely a big balance issue when it comes to these, or just make them weaker. But it's going to be kind of hard, because if you make the next season weaker than this season, what are you going to do? Next thing is, this game has got to get some more content. And by that, I mean, we should honestly be getting new tiers, at least one new tier every season at bare minimum. And I think we should be getting 2 tiers a season, because many of you are going to find out endgame comes very quickly now, and you're not going to have anything to do. A lot of us just don't have anything to do, especially when it comes to fort. I mean, max cap level is 100 right now, so the cap and levels need to go up. The cap currently in towers is only level 30. That needs to go up, and I think that needs to be changed from being capped with the tiers. I think the tower levels need to have no cap besides your own personal level. This also makes building bases a lot different. Obviously, the power level needs to be dropped of season beasts, or the power level of towers needs to be increased. The next thing is to have a lot more, maybe mini events. I know we've talked about this on Discord, but we just need more content in the game. So more tiers, better new towers would be also another really great thing to have. Something to really push the boundaries with on our bases. Maybe even some new hybrid god towers. I'm not entirely sure. I feel the game's still new, and there's still a lot of stuff we can do. But definitely, content needs to be pushed a lot harder this next season. And yeah, that's really the big thing. Obviously, then there's the small, little tiny things that need to be changed, like the chat, and other stuff like that. But again, those are what I'm hoping to see, is just changing the format in the season format. And like I said, more tower levels that don't require tiers, more tiers unlocked, and just a way for people to continue to keep playing instead of being stagnant. Anyway, also, if you are new to YouTube or in my channel, make sure to check out some of the other YouTubers. I'll post some of their links for their videos down in the description box. I've checked quite a few of them out, and I actually do enjoy a lot of them. I know there's Death Charlotte, there's Darth. Sorry, man, I forgot your other name. And then there's Emily Knows Everything. Definitely, I enjoyed both their content. And there's a lot of other YouTubers. If you want to know the best way to look for them, or in-game guides that you don't want to have to watch, definitely check out the Discord. I'll also put that link in the description down below. And this is going to be a giveaway as well. So for anyone who's stick to the end of this video, make sure to leave your name, in-game name, and your clan name so I can send you the gift code. And these were going to be the last ones for this season. So anyway, guys, have a great night, and I'll check you out next time. Peace.